Sonic is transformed into Super Dark Sonic as the main villain, attempting to destroy the United States in Sonic 5, the movie. Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails had just destroyed hundreds of Eggman's drones invading the city. After the battle, Sonic noticed a glowing dark orb lying on the ground. When he bent down to pick it up, the epic moment happened. Sonic was engulfed by a strange dark energy that surged into the skies as a vortex of black clouds. Instantly, he accessed his new transformation as Dark Sonic. Knuckles, Tails, and Shadow were stunned by this new form, and even the people nearby took photos of him. But hidden behind a rock was Eggman, the true mastermind, who had implanted the dark orb into Sonic to make him lose control. Now, Dark Sonic, the most terrifying villain of all time, began destroying everything in his path. Dark Sonic began firing lightning everywhere, destroying buildings as if they were nothing. The people did what they never imagined. They fled from the one who had long been their greatest hero. Lord Donut, having received information from Tails, watched from his home as the massive black cloud loomed over the city. Feeling chills from the dark energy, he prayed silently, "Please, my son, don't let yourself be defeated." His prayers were answered quickly, for Shadow rushed toward Dark Sonic. Striking him in the abdomen with his Chaos Energy block technique, Shadow inhibited the flow of dark chaos energy, causing Sonic to collapse and lose his transformation. But the problem was only beginning. Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, now terrified, were surrounded by new enemies, the Metarex. Strangely, they were being guided by Sonic's own dark energy. Turning their attention to him, 20 of them encircled Sonic, ready to annihilate him. At the last moment, Shadow saved everyone by using his chaos control. Yet this rescue came only after destruction had already spread. 90% of the population had been evacuated, and now the city of Tennessee was submerged in a cloud of darkness. The sky was covered by a massive space-time rift connecting to the dark dimension, glowing as a consequence of its Dark King Dark Sonic being born on Earth. Sonic watched the destruction and chaos from atop a skyscraper. Seeing that the Metarex were still chasing him, he fled to the peak of a mountain. From there, he could see everything the city engulfed in flames, massive explosions detonating every 3 to 5 seconds. Sonic, both sad and furious, realized that what was happening was not truly caused by him, but by someone else behind it all. Yet in that moment, with fury boiling inside him, Sonic glitched, lost control once again, and transformed back into Dark Sonic. He shot into the sky at incredible speed, teleporting along the way.
Hey you! Don't forget subscribe!
Please subscribe to our channel!
Subscribe now!
And Sonic was right. The one behind all of this was Eggman himself. Having accidentally traveled to another dimension, the Dark Dimension, he discovered the Metarex. After studying them, he stole the Dark Orb and implanted it into Sonic, making the Metarex believe Sonic had stolen their sacred orb, turning him into their target. At the same time, Sonic began to be seen as a villain by the nation due to his loss of control when wielding the dark power. For Eggman, this was a double victory, and his plan worked perfectly. Now the government was contacting him for his services, as Director Rockwell, watching the surveillance cameras alongside several GUN agents, had seen Dark Sonic as the cause of all this, accompanied by Knuckles, Shadow, and Tails. Eggman was hired to locate and capture Sonic. We see him mobilize his special satellite in space, and with its data he deployed all his drones across the city, searching for Sonic even under the rocks. To speed up the process, Eggman asked Rockwell to detain 2 people who surely knew Sonic's whereabouts, Lord Donut and Lady Yoga. But this was more useless than confessing to your crush, because Tom, furious, slammed his fist against the glass wall and told Rockwell, "I won't tell you anything. You claim to hunt the criminal, yet you chase the innocent while the real criminal is at your side," referring to Eggman. Similarly, Lady Yoga chose not to say a single word. Eggman then declared, "If that's how you want it, this will cause even more problems for Sonic. If you won't hand him over willingly, we'll capture him by force." Eggman deployed even more drones, but Rockwell told him she had no patience left. "I demand you unleash your new toys, the Metarex, right now." Eggman hesitated, knowing the Metarex were not his subordinates and could not be controlled. They only followed their instinct to recover their orb, no matter the cost. But having no choice, and needing to make the government believe he was in control, Eggman released them. Contrary to expectations, the Metarex began destroying the entire city in search of the slightest trace of Dark Sonic. Rockwell confronted Eggman, shouting, "What is happening?" Eggman tried deploying his drones to stop them, but his ship was attacked mid-flight by the Metarex and mercilessly shot down. Dr. Robotnik Webera crawled out of the wreckage of his ship. Struggling to rise, he looked around at the massive destruction the Metarex had caused in the city. Shocked, he fell to his knees, asking himself what he had done. Meanwhile, Team Sonic was still fleeing, but not for long. Knuckles, running through the sewers, encountered two of the robots. Defeating them wasn't the problem. The issue was that Sonic's location had now been exposed. Sonic emerged into the city just as Eggman was about to be annihilated. Despite Eggman's evil, Sonic saw him as a life worth saving. But when Sonic took the impact, his fury boiled over. In an instant, the mighty Dark Sonic re-emerged. In less than a millisecond, Dark Sonic dashed through all the Metarex in the area, and with a single strike, his claws like blades, he shredded them all to pieces. But the rest of Team Sonic already had a plan to stop Dark Sonic. Tails arrived carrying the Chaos Emeralds and brought them close to Sonic. The pure power of the emeralds temporarily countered the dark orb inside him. Seeing this, Eggman regretted his actions and confessed everything he knew to Sonic. Now Sonic had a new mission: to travel and destroy the Metarex base located in the dimension Eggman had accidentally reached when the space colony Ark
Y
exploded.
suscríbete porque ahora
And
viene
now
lo chido.
subscribe,
Ahora sí viene
because
lo
as Sonic
chido.
bid farewell to Tom, he accessed his supersonic state using the emeralds. Entrusting Earth to Shadow and Knuckles, he blasted off at full speed. Supersonic soared through the skies in his super state, with only one goal. Above the United States, a vast dimensional cloud, an enormous rift covered the sky in dense darkness. Sonic had to find the core of this rift, which was the gateway to the dark dimension. Once he located it, he released the emeralds, knowing that their pure power would not allow him to pass through. Using his momentum, he pierced the portal and entered the dark dimension. But there was a problem. The immense energy of the portal drained much of Sonic's strength. Now weakened, he began to fall unconscious, and with the impact of his descent, his death seemed more certain than your eternal single life. But just as there was a problem, there was also a solution. Tails had followed Sonic through the portal in his plane. Reaching him mid-air, he caught Sonic and placed him aboard. Meanwhile, Knuckles was on Earth, using brute strength to hurl massive rocks at the drones and Metarex that continued destroying the city. Shadow was striking their naval bases, unleashing waves of chaos energy. And Sonic would not be left behind, focusing all his power. He stopped one of the Metarex satellite bases and began destroying its core to disable them all. But the opposite happened. Sonic involuntarily absorbed the dark energy, and his body began to change colors: blue, yellow, white, and finally reached its ultimate phase. He had transformed into Super Dark Sonic. Yet this time there was a difference. He could control his mind, and his power was now twice as great. With this immense power, Super Dark Sonic defeated all the Metarex in the Dark Dimension. He then returned to Earth at the exact moment when Shadow and Knuckles were being overwhelmed. And even Dr. Webera was trembling in fear. But as the greatest hero the Earth had ever seen, Super Dark Sonic destroyed all the Metarex with his incredible strength. Yet, this was not the end. Through the same portal from the Dark Dimension came the leader of the Metarex, whose power surpassed them all. Sonic already had a plan. Charging at him at full speed, he prepared to strike with a dark punch. At that instant, Shadow threw him the emerald again. Sonic deactivated his Dark Sonic form, and in the same second, he seized the emerald, transforming into Super Sonic. With its pure power, he struck the Metarex leader, inhibiting all his dark energy and pulverizing him in a single attack. Sonic fell to the ground, drained of all his energy after that final attack. Immediately, dozens of agents surrounded him, ready to arrest him. But Lady Yoga stepped forward, spreading her arms in front of Sonic and declaring, "If you take him prisoner, it will be over my dead body." At that moment, Director Rockwell arrived and said it wasn't necessary. She had seen everything Sonic had done through the surveillance cameras and proclaimed before all of the United States that Sonic was the greatest hero of North America. Remember, this video is nothing more than a theory created by me with much love, and only for the purpose of entertaining you. If you want more videos like this, please ask me in the comments, and soon I will bring them to you.